Imagine a global automobile giant with a legacy of over 100 years entering one of the world's fastest-growing car markets, only to pack its bags and leave after 25 years. What went wrong? Why did Ford, the company that pioneered assembly line production, fail in a country with a booming middle class and an increasing appetite for cars? Stay tuned as we unfold the rise and fall of Ford in India, a gripping story of high hopes, strategic missteps, and billion-dollar losses. Ford's grand entry into India. The year was 1995. India had just opened its doors to foreign investments with the 1991 liberalization policy. Global automobile giants saw an opportunity in this rapidly developing economy, and Ford was among the first to seize it. In a joint venture with Mahindra and Mahindra, Ford entered the Indian market, introducing the Ford Escort as its first car. The collaboration allowed Ford to test the waters, while Mahindra provided local expertise. By 1998, Ford had gained enough confidence and bought out Mahindra's stake to become a wholly owned subsidiary in India. This marked the beginning of Ford's ambitious journey, with over $2 billion invested in manufacturing plants, R&D centers, and a strong dealership network. But was this confidence justified? The early success and growth. Ford India saw moderate success in the early 2000s. The launch of the Ford Ikon in 1999 struck a chord with Indian buyers, especially young professionals. It was marketed as the Josh machine, and it lived up to its promise with a sporty look and powerful engine. Encouraged by this, Ford launched other models like the Fiesta, Endeavour, and Figo. The Figo, launched in 2010, was a game-changer, becoming one of the company's best-selling cars with over 100,000 units sold in just over a year. At its peak, Ford held a 3% market share in India, competing with brands like Maruti Suzuki, Hyundai, and Tata Motors. But despite these successes, trouble was brewing. The downfall begins. By the mid-2010s, Ford India began facing serious challenges. Here's what went wrong. Unlike American and European markets, where sedans and SUVs dominated, India was a price-sensitive market. Small, fuel-efficient cars ruled the roads. While Ford did have a few budget-friendly models like the Figo, it couldn't match the affordability and mileage of Maruti Suzuki and Hyundai cars. Ford cars were considered expensive to maintain. Spare parts were costly, and service centers weren't as widespread as competitors. Indian consumers, known for their value-conscious approach, preferred brands that offered low maintenance costs. Ford didn't refresh its lineup frequently. While brands like Maruti Suzuki launched new models almost every year, Ford stuck to a limited number of offerings. It struggled to compete in the fast-growing hatchback and compact SUV segments, missing out on potential bestsellers. Ford set up two large manufacturing plants, one in Chennai and another in Sanand, Gujarat, with a total capacity of 4 lakh cars annually. However, it was selling only 80,000 to 90,000 units per year, meaning 75% of its production capacity was unused. This led to mounting operational losses, with reports suggesting Ford lost over $2 billion in the Indian market. The exit, a hard goodbye. By 2021, Ford India finally decided to exit the domestic car market. The official announcement came on September 9, 2021, with the company stating that it would stop selling new cars in India but continue importing premium models like the Mustang and Endeavour. Over 4,000 employees lost their jobs and hundreds of dealerships faced uncertainty. Ford promised to continue offering service and spare parts support to existing customers. The Sanand plant was later acquired by Tata Motors, while the Chennai plant's fate remains undecided. Ford's exit from India was a clear example of how even global giants can fail in a highly competitive and price-sensitive market. Lessons learned from Ford's exit. Understanding local consumer preferences is key. Ford failed to adapt to India's preference for budget-friendly, fuel-efficient cars. Companies like Maruti Suzuki and Hyundai dominated because they offered vehicles that fit Indian consumers' needs. Competitive pricing and cost of ownership matter. Ford's vehicles were more expensive to maintain, which made customers think twice before choosing a Ford over a Maruti or Hyundai. Brands that succeeded in India focused on affordable servicing and spare parts availability. Scaling too fast without demand can backfire. Ford built massive manufacturing plants without ensuring demand, leading to underutilized capacity and financial losses. In contrast, brands like Kia and MG entered India much later, but grew rapidly by launching cars tailored to Indian buyers. Market presence and dealer network are crucial. Ford never expanded its dealer and service network aggressively like Maruti and Hyundai. A strong dealership and service presence is critical in a geographically diverse country like India. Agility and innovation matter in a competitive market. Ford's competitors kept refreshing their product lineups, launching new models, and investing in technology. Ford was slow to introduce new products and missed out on emerging trends like the compact SUV boom, led by Hyundai Creta and Maruti Brezza. Will Ford ever return? While Ford's exit from India was seen as a failure, the company hasn't ruled out a comeback. With India's growing focus on electric vehicles and sustainability, Ford might explore re-entering the market in the future. But this time, if it returns, it will need to learn from its past mistakes and align its strategy with Indian consumers' expectations. What do you think? Could Ford have done something differently to succeed in India? Let us know in the comments. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Brand in Point for more such business case studies.